If you gave me $2,000 today and asked me to build the best AI computer, I wouldn't start by choosing a GPU. I'd start by asking you one question. What are you actually trying to build? Because that's where almost everyone gets it wrong. People buy the fastest graphics card they can afford, then try to force it into a workload it was never meant to handle. And months later, they're upgrading again. Today, I'll show you how I'd actually choose an AI GPU in 2026, not based on hype, not based on gaming benchmarks, but based on what you're really trying to accomplish. Let's begin. The biggest buying mistake. Walk into almost any PC store or watch enough YouTube videos and you'll hear the same advice. Buy the newest GPU. Buy the fastest GPU. Buy the one with the highest benchmark. That advice works for gamers. It doesn't always work for AI. AI asks a completely different question. Not, how fast is this GPU? But, can this GPU actually run my workload? Those are two very different conversations, because not everyone is running the same AI. Some people generate images, others run local language models, some build AI agents, others contribute compute power to decentralized AI networks. The hardware should always follow the workload, never the other way around. Start with the workload. Before spending a single dollar, ask yourself, what do I actually want this computer to do? If you're experimenting with local AI, your needs are different from someone training models every day. If you're generating images, your priorities change again. If you're building a workstation that earns money, then reliability becomes just as important as performance. This single question changes everything, because suddenly you stop chasing specifications and start buying hardware with purpose. That's exactly how expensive mistakes disappear. Why VRAM changes everything. Now let's talk about the specification everyone eventually hears about, VRAM. People often treat VRAM like a competition. More is always better. That's not entirely true, but not having enough can become a very expensive problem. Think of VRAM as your GPU's workspace. Every AI model, every image, every calculation needs room to exist while your GPU is working. When that workspace becomes too small, performance suffers. Some models slow down dramatically, others simply refuse to run. That's why VRAM matters, not because bigger numbers look impressive, but because it determines what your GPU is actually capable of handling. 8 gigabytes, fine for learning and lighter workloads. 12 gigabytes, a comfortable starting point. 16 gigabytes, a strong balance for many creators today. 24 gigabytes, that's where flexibility really begins. Larger language models, more demanding workflows, greater room to grow. That's exactly why GPUs like the RTX 3090 continue attracting so much attention. Not because they're new, because they still solve real AI problems. What I would buy. So, what would I actually recommend? If my budget was limited, I'd chase value, not marketing. The used market can still offer outstanding AI performance if you buy carefully. If my budget moved into the mid-range, I'd compare newer GPUs against older cards with more VRAM, because newer isn't automatically better. Sometimes more memory creates more value than more speed. If money wasn't the limiting factor, then yes, modern high-end GPUs become incredible AI machines. Faster, more efficient, better optimized. But here's something I think many people forget. A powerful GPU doesn't automatically make a powerful AI workstation. Your processor matters. Your system RAM matters. Your SSD matters. Cooling matters. Power delivery matters. The smartest builders don't create expensive computers. They create balanced computers. 3 mistakes to avoid. Before you buy, avoid these 3 mistakes. First, don't buy based on gaming benchmarks. Gaming performance and AI performance aren't the same thing. Second, don't ignore VRAM. Memory determines what your GPU can actually run, not just how fast it runs. And third, don't buy for today's AI alone. Buy for where AI is going. Models continue getting larger. Workflows continue becoming more demanding. A little planning today can save you another upgrade next year. Final advice. If someone asked me, what is the best AI GPU in 2026? My answer would probably disappoint them, because there isn't one. There is only the best GPU for your workload. The right GPU isn't the fastest, it isn't the newest, and it definitely isn't the most expensive. It's the one that allows you to build, create, experiment, and keep growing without wondering 6 months from now if you bought the wrong hardware. That's the decision that really matters. If this guide helped you think differently about buying an AI GPU, give this video a like. And if you're serious about AI hardware, local AI, decentralized compute, and building smarter systems, subscribe to Kryptonite. Every week we cut through the marketing hype and focus on real hardware, real performance, and real buying decisions. Now I want to hear from you. If you were building an AI workstation today, which GPU would you choose and why? Leave your answer in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.